use of the quantitative techniques, how it will help in the formulating the theories, how it helpful in the assessment of programs, and how it is useful in the day-to-day activities along with the subject concern. After that, we were also taken up one topic that is about data, especially quantitative techniques related with use of data only. The data is numerical facts, which is a plural as well as singular word. The data collection can be through either from primary or secondary source. In the primary source, we have a census as well as sampling. In each method technique having its own advantage as well as disadvantage. Before that, what is that method to be known? That's why only yesterday we were discussed various sources of data. Under the primary source, we were discussed about the census method and sampling. In the sampling also again, we were discussed about random as well as non-random. In the non-random also, different types are there, such as quota, cluster, systematic, stratified, etc. After that, we come to know the advantage and disadvantage of various sources of data collection and methodology. Today, we are going to take up the primary source of data if we choosing the technique of stratified random sampling, how it can be done, what are the steps in it. After that, we are going to have how the raw data can be put into the systematic order. Those things let us have a detailed discussion. First of all, the researcher will identify the problem on which he want to study. Accordingly, he make a list of questions. Those questions may be objective or subjective. Objective means maybe multiple choice, match the following, alternative answers. And subjective means open ended. Will give a scope to the respondent to reveal his opinion on that question. I mean to say, we used to have a open end question, closed end question also. While preparing that list of question, which we normally call as a schedule or questionnaire, we should take some precautions while preparing it. That questionnaire or schedule should not hurt the sentiments of the respondents who is going to give us information. Number one. Number two, Their personal details not to be disclosed. Number three, vague questions should not be asked. And double meaning questions also not to be asked. The question should be in the order form. Question should not be so lengthy or too short, and it should not consume much time of the res- respondent. Not only that, the questions should not lead to the other question. In such a way, we supposed to prepare questionnaire and schedule. Once this instrument is ready, we can go for tryout. It is a pre-testing before collecting the information from so many respondents and families. We should go with some tryout. Is this questionnaire schedule is correct? What questions to be added? What questions to be deleted? How much time it is taking? How many enumerators are required? To assess all these, we need to go with the tryout with a small group of people, a small group of sample. As and when it is experimented, pre-tested, conducted the pilot survey, we come with some conclusions, what questions to be modified, what questions to be added, and how many enumerators to be engaged. That we will come to know with pilot survey. Anyway, after collecting information through the pilot survey, if it is the tryout given good result, then we go with field to collect the information from the concerned respondents to get the transparent, reliable answer to that activity. So, dear children, then we can go with that questionnaire or schedule in person or by mail. We can get it done. I means to say the statistical technique main base is this one only. Okay. Once the data was collected through the questionnaire schedule methods, that data is not directly we can use. It's supposed to be processed. I mean to say, whichever the data we receive, it is raw data only. That raw data to be organized in such a way that to give a meaningful conclusions.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, this is economics elective course B, sir.
Yes, quantitative
Okay.
techniques.
Okay.
Kalpana,
Yes, sir.
you are student.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Uh, can you do you have a textbook or study material with you, beta?
Yes, sir.
Can you read out the syllabus chapter's name?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Read.
Block 1, financial system.
Uh,
Financial system, financial markets.
Not
Unit.
financial, etc. This subject is quantitative techniques.
Quantitative techniques. No, sir.
This hour is meant for quantitative techniques, 130 to 230.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Take out the quantitative techniques and read out the chapter's name.
Quantitative techniques.
You got it, Kalpana?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, this is economics class only. No, sir.
In the economics, quantitative technique economics, but it is this in our mind subject is
Elective course B, sir.
quantitative techniques. Huh?
Elective course B, sir. This is this class.
Yes, beta. What are the the name of your book is quantitative techniques, na?
No, sir. It is not there.
What is there?
This is financial institution and market.
That hour may be different. 1 hour, 130 to 230 is the quantitative techniques.
So it is my mistake, sir.
No
Thank you.
problem. Do you have that subject or not?
It is not there, sir.
Achha, you choose another group, other for
Yes, yes,
option.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, but they assigned me this subject, not the financial, because if I am going with that subject again, the recording problem will be there.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Your known friends or anybody is there in the
No,
business?
sir.
This,
No, sir. No, sir.
you are financial
I will
marketer.
share this in a group, sir. If any want to join, they
Uh,
will join.
right. Okay,
Okay,
what
sir.
are the chapters in your subject, beta?
This is financial system, banking and India, development
Uh,
banking,
uh,
financial market in India,
uh.
international financial market.
Okay, the book name is Financial Markets, Nara.
Yes, sir. Financial institution and markets.
Okay, that might be given to somebody else. In yours, BA, na?
Yes,
BBA,
sir.
BCom.
No, sir. BCom.
BCom. Okay. Actually, it is BA class, na?
Yes, sir.
I am taking that class. They only have the business, this quantitative techniques.
Okay, okay, sir.
You, instead of another link, you might be joined here. No problem. You can share
Okay,
this
sir.
thing. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So here, first, whichever the data we got it, it is raw data. We're supposed to put in systematic order, which we call it as a organization of data, or you can say classification of data. For example, Kabadiwala, who used to buy old iron, old plastic, and old utensils, old paper, what he used to do after coming home back to, he will segregate based on its nature, plastic separate, paper separate, like that. So being a researcher or surveyor or investigator. We're supposed to separate and systematically order, that is classification of data, organization of data. For example, quantitative separate, qualitative separate concepts. Quantitative means which we can show and tell in the numbers, that is quantitative. Okay, whatever the data collected is a quantitative information, let us assume that data to be put in the systematic order. For that, some methodology to be adapted. In the quantitative method, we go with classifying the things in such a way to give a meaningful conclusion on that data. First of all, we're supposed to prepare frequency table or frequency array or frequency distribution can be done. In that classification, if it is the quantitative one, we should take some steps to classify it. For example, how many classes to be prepared? What should be the width of the class? What should the interval for lower limit and upper limit? Which is supposed to be the upper limit? Which is supposed to be lower limit? How many classes we can classify? Equal interval or unequal interval? We should take a decision. We should see the lowest value and highest value. From that, we can assess how many classes to be distributed, what should be the upper and lower class limit, what should be the width of the class. Then we go for classifying the data. There, from collection of data, which can be expressed in a number, that is quantitative. In that classification, what we supposed to do? Key, lower limit, upper limit, width of the class, how many classes, that should be mentioned. There, as and when decided classes, lower limit, upper limit, class interval, everything. Accordingly, we use and make it a classification through which we get frequency distribution. If you are taking out only one candidate and like that, that may be frequency array. When you are taking various aspects, then it is called frequency distribution. In the frequency distribution, generally we make use of tally marking. Which value belongs to which class? After deciding that a tally mark will be made, and a bunch of 5 we will make it as a separate branch bunches. Accordingly, we write the number of people enrolled, participated from this class, this to this, upper limit and lower limit. Okay, tally marking done, and we got frequency distribution, which is close end classes, not open end. Above this, below this, like that they used to write. Okay, it is not like that now. One system is used. After tally marking, the frequency distribution made, that is class interval as well as frequency table, we got it. After getting the table, we can use this data for any examination. So here the data which you collected classified their different classes, again is that frequency. Okay, you got the frequency over, again is their classes. This is called classification of data. Okay, classified. With that, we will make a table. After making the table, based on the data, we after the classification of data, see to from the errors. Those errors are called two types: sampling error and non-sampling error. Sampling error and non-sampling error. Sampling error, not a serious one, but a non-sampling series only, it is a serious. If sampling error or mistake occurs, it can be removed by change of other sample. If it is required, sample size may be increased. If not also, location or group may be changed. So that's why it is not serious one. Which one is not serious? Sampling error is not serious because that wrong samples chosen, we might be. It is not a serious, but on sampling errors are serious. How those are serious and how we come across. So, non sampling errors may arise due to recording mistake. When they told 16 that investigator, if he is written 16 ka jagah 60, then conclusion will not come correct. Then loss of information, not given any answer, no data is available. At that time, it is difficult to analyze it. Sometimes bias on the name of caste or religion, race or gender, we want to go for bias. So that kind of error or mistake may not be removed. That's why only non-sampling error are serious than the sampling error. Because the sampling error if comes, we may change sample or we may change the sample size like that. But sampling errors cannot be. That's why only this errors to be removed. Okay. First collected the data from the different sources, which we collected as a putting in the systematic order. After that, organizing and organizing, classifying can be done. After that, now it is the duty of the investigator or researcher removing errors. After removing the either sampling or non-sample, that data got into particular shape. So from that data, we supposed to do that interpretation. Before interpreting the data, in what way we can present this information? That is a part of presentation of data. Presentation of data. what we should do, that classified and organized data to be presented. How we can present? There are various methods are available. One is called descriptive presentation. Second is tabular presentation. Third one is called diagrammatic presentation. Let us come for the first one. What is the first one? Descriptive presentation. Means theoretically we go on explain. For example, in this way, passage time. I collected the data from these many respondents from this background of this location for this topic. In this, these many people are responded in this way, these many people are responded in that way, and some people are not responded. Moreover, its variation is like that, the conclusion is like that, we will go on writing. That is descriptive presentation. But do we have that much patience to listen or read that descriptive presentation? No, not at all. That's why only we go for alternative method of presentation. As a descriptive presentation is lengthy, more time taking, moreover, laymen cannot understand. That's why we go with the alternative method. That alternative method, next one is called tabular presentation of data. We make a tables, we will fill the table data, accordingly we can understand, and moreover we can express and explain about that data. In that tables also various kinds you have. Quantitative table, qualitative table. In the quantity also, based on the subject that will be prepared. Dear children, in the tabular presentation, we can go with single variable, double variable, or multiple also we can go for. In that table, while preparing, we have to keep something in our mind, or you can say some precautions to be taken up while preparing the tabulation. That is, univariate or bivariate or multivariate on which you are going to form. For example, you choose an bivariate means two variables only, comparing, studying the relation between the two. Okay. Accordingly, we have make a table. There we will mention a number. That is tabular presentation. While you made the tabular presentation, we should see the key components are there in the tabulation or not. The first one, title of the table. Before that, table number, title of the table, row heading, column heading. First is the title of the table, table number, column heading, row heading, body of the table, footnote, source note. Once again, I am repeating. In the table, the important elements are first one table number, sub number, title of the table, row heading, column heading, body of the table, footnote, source note, unit of measurement. All these supposed to be mentioned. Accordingly, the data to be incorporated in that table. These are the steps and method to follow while preparing the tabular presentation. This tabular presentation is better than the descriptive presentation accepted. But sometimes the tabular presentation also not that much useful and authoritative. That's why better to go with its alternative method of presenting the data. First presentation of data is a descriptive presentation. Second method is called tabular presentation. After tabular presentation is also not that much effective, we go with another method, that is diagrammatic presentation. Through diagram also we can reveal the data which we collected on so and so topic and so to study about so and so with numbers. So when we go with that tabular presentation, we may not come some aspects which are not revealed by the respondents. So that's why, moreover, in India, most of the people are illiterate. Even you are presenting the tabular form, it is not able to understand. If it is the case, it an alternative method to be chosen. That is called which method? Diagrammatic presentation of data. Diagrammatic presentation of data. In the diagrammatic presentation of data, we have frequency diagrams, cumulative frequency diagrams, bar diagrams, geometric method for the presentation. In the geometric method, geometric presentation, there we take bars, that is simple bar, component bar, or multiple bar. In the simple bar, we can express only one variable. When multiple is there, you can go with different way. Or if you are going with component bar diagram, we subdivide. Or else we go for other method, that is called pie chart. Of course, component bar diagram is absolute, whereas this one is called different, that is relative. Component bar is absolute, pie diagram is relative. Okay. Dear children, after geometric method of diagram, another one is we have frequency diagrams, in which we have histogram, frequency polygon, frequency curve. The next is cumulative frequency less than and more than. Less than ogive, more than ogive. This is another way to present the data. In the geometric simple bar, component bar, multiple bar. When come to the frequency diagrams, histogram, frequency curve, frequency polygon. Histogram is the rectangular diagram which width shows the class interval, height shows the frequency. From one rectangle to another rectangle, there is no gap at all. That is the nature. So when we add the midpoints of each rectangle and draw with lines, then it is called frequency polygon. Frequency polygon. When you go with freehand line, then it is called frequency curve. Then another one is making the cumulative frequency. Based on the data, we may prepare less than ogive and more than ogive. That is less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency curve. These where both are intersecting, that point represents the median of the complete data which we collected. And histogram help us to know the mode, which rectangle is highest, that frequency concerned class is model class. After frequency table and geometric presentation, we have another also diagram, maybe cartogram, pictogram, etc. And one more is also available, that is called what to say, first arithmetic, next is frequency, next uh, next is kya, cumulative frequency curves, then next is called one more method, that is called pictogram, cartogram. This also can be used to present the data. So presentation of data, today we discussed that there are three: descriptive, second is called tabular, third one is called diagrammatic presentation. In that last one is there, that is called arithmetic line graph. It is generally we make use for the census report or for the demand forecasting, and more than that, there we mention period and values, maybe export import. That is called arithmetic line graph. While discussing about the geometric diagrams. One diagram also to be very important one, that is called pie chart or pie diagram, in which we present the relative values. The values first we convert into the percentages, then we convert into the degrees. In that way, we make use of data presentation. What is the first one? Data can be presented. Before presentation, we supposed to have organization of data and one more, classification of data. After classifying and organizing, it is duty of the investigator to present. There we make use descriptive presentation or tabular presentation or diagrammatic presentation. The first one, in the descriptive, layman only cannot understand. Only educated subject concerned only can understand. That's why we moved on to the next alternative, that is that is tabular. In that tabular also, we have a multiple or uni or double are there. Sorry, whichever it is there. That one for the quantitative. In the tabular, we are seeing the what components and elements supposed to be. That is the title of the table, table number, row heading, column heading, body of the table, unit of measurement, footnote, source note, etc. After that, what we said, in the it is also sometimes illiterate people cannot understand. Who illiterate people through the diagrammatic presentation they can understand that what we assume. That's why in the whatever the drawbacks in it, we want to overcome through going for the this one diagrammatic presentation. In the diagrammatic presentation, first one is geometric, that is line graph. Next is bar diagram. Next is multiple bar diagram. Next is component bar diagram. All these express the absolute values, and relative values are expressed through the pie chart, which is converted into the percentage. Then it is converted into the what to say degrees in the pie chart. Then another one is frequency diagrams, in which we have histogram, bar diagram, histogram, then what to say, frequency polygon, frequency curve, and after that we have less than OQ, more than OQ. Then next is arithmetic line graph, the last one, which is study about various aspects, export, import, and all. So this whichever the data collected is scrutinized, organized, classified, and tried our level best to present through the descriptive or tabular, and lastly diagrammatic. In that diagrammatic presentation also we have pictogram, cartogram, arithmetic line graph. All these are there to present the data. So, with these words, we will come to know in the today's class about the presentation of data and classification of data. In the earlier class, what is data? Sources of data have been done. All these are meant for what? To prove the economic laws, to apply in the realistic situation, to given a good employment, etc. Okay, the study first is collected, one is classified, organized, then presented in the table. Table తర్వాత ఏంటిది? Next is diagrammatic presentation. With that, we were concluded today's topic. And my dear children, in the last class in the business techniques, it's useful. And what is data? What are the sources of data? And how to collect the information. And today we come to know that is good qualities of questionnaire. Then after collecting that data, now we are putting in the systematic order in which classification is involved. In that classification, how many classes, what will be the interval, what is the upper limit, what is the lower limit, open end class or close end class, all this. After that, tabular also some problems are there. That's only we are going with diagrammatic presentation. In the diagrammatic, first one is geometric, then bar diagram, multiple component bar diagram and pie chart, which is representing the relative values. Then we go for the frequency. Their OG curve, sorry, not OG. First is histogram, frequency polygon, frequency curve, less than OG, more than OG. After that, only we have a time series graph. Base depends on the various dates and months or years. What is the progress to know that we will make use of it? Anyway, in addition to that, what is it? Uh, this cartogram, pictogram, all these are also available. Those also can be done. With this presentation, even laymen also can understand what is what. That's why here both are important. Now, after collecting the data, we put in the classification, organized and presented a descriptive, tabular, diagrammatic over. Errors how to be removed also we discussed today. In the coming classes, related topics to be continued. Now, you are welcome to ask any doubt if you have in the today's class or yesterday's class. Any doubt, you are welcome to ask the doubt. Dear children, my number also I am giving you here. As and when you come across with doubt of in this subject, you can call me and you introduce yourself and tell, sir, I am so and so class, so and so study center, I am studying. Please get it clarified this answer. Then, then and that itself, I will try to give you answer. If at all not time not permits, I will tell you what at what time you can ask me. Accordingly, you can ask and you can get it cleared. And you should write well and secure good marks also. My number is 9966561796. Dr. Madhusudan, academic counselor. B.R. Ambedkar, Open University. Like that, you can save and you can keep. Now, still, you have a few minutes with you. You are welcome to ask the doubts. After that, we can leave for today, and in the next class, we will meet. Now, firstly, you you are requested to ask me doubts. Any doubt? The next coming classes will continue with a new topic. Accordingly, we will discuss. Yesterday, I mean, in the last class regarding the data, meaning importance, techniques, today, good qualities of questionnaire, good qualities of table. So, descriptive, good, above that tabular, उससे बढ़िया है diagrammatic. So, whichever is good, we can choose accordingly. You can analyze the question or we can give a proper uh, conclusion to that data. Mas, అవునా తీసుకుంటావా ఇచ్చారు నాది అయిపోయింది ఉందా నువ్వు క్లాసులు తీసుకుంటున్నావు అని ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకుంటున్నావు ఎకనామిక్సేనా పేరేం పేరు రాజేందర్ ఎప్పుడు తీసుకున్నావు వెరీ గుడ్ అమ్మ సంతోషం ఒక వనితే ఉన్నది అనుకున్నా నువ్వు వనిత పద్మ ఇంకెవరు ఎవరు ఆమె పర్మనెంట్